Yo, what up? What's going on, Facebook family? Real quick, as I was driving my truck, right, I'm about to run out of diesel fuel. And I'm thinking, I could make it to the truck stop where it has cheap fuel. I gotta make it, man. If not, it's almost $1 extra, further down the road or close enough to me. So I make it to the truck stop. But my light, my light that lights up is pretty much warning you that you're about to run out of fuel. And I start to panic because if I run out of fuel on the side of the road, I gotta call an emergency assistance. They're gonna charge me an arm and a leg, and I'm gonna end up paying so much money because they have to prime it. And long story short, it's gonna be a whole lot of mess if you run out of fuel. So I got big tanks on my gallons, right? I got like 200-gallon tanks, about a 35-gallon tank reefer, another like 30-gallon tank depth, right? I got 3 tanks that I have to supervise because if I run out of fuel on 3 tanks, my whole engine will shut off, my depth system will shut off, my reefer unit will shut off, and that's 3 separate primes, 3 separate times I'm gonna have to call a mechanic, or I could do it myself, and I gotta prime it. And if I can't do it myself, I have to go pay somebody big money because it takes an expert to prime a whole engine. Remember, this is diesel. So I felt like God told me something to go live, and I'm gonna tell you guys real quick. Don't run out of fuel. Some people call it your fire, your passion, your drive, but right now we're gonna call it your fuel. Whatever it is, because some of us have bigger tanks of capacity than the next person. Whatever God puts you able to hold and contain and store, don't let it run out. We hear about the story of the virgins, right? And they had oil in their lantern, and some other women, they ran out of oil and they tried to borrow oil and things like that. So when the kings came, let me tell you something, don't run out of fuel in your life. Same thing when I'm with my semi truck back here, and I almost panicked. You have to have a sense of urgency to be in a panic mode and say, I am about to run out of diesel fuel. I am about to run out of passion of Christ. I'm about to run out of fire, run out of passion. I am going to run out of whatever ticks inside of me like a ticking time bomb, ready to explode and preach the gospel and just go all out for the kingdom. I can't let my fuel run out, because when it runs out, it's going to be expensive to fix. So now I made it. And I thought I really was gonna run out. The engine starts to choke and hiccup, and I said, God, you gotta let me make it. It's snowing out here, it's freezing out here. I don't wanna be on the side of the road, stuck in the middle of nowhere, waiting for roadside assistance to come and pump fuel. All they're gonna do is go to the gas station with these big giant gallons of tanks. They have like these massive tanks right in the truck. They're gonna fill up the extra gas, their spare tank. They're gonna fill it up, then they're gonna come meet me, and they're gonna put a hose in my in my tank, fill me up, pop my hood, and they're gonna do a prime. For what? I'm gonna end up paying like hundreds of dollars, maybe 300 or 400, for them to start me up. They're not gonna fill my tank. They're gonna put maybe 50 gallons in just to get me going. And then I have to go to the truck stop and pay another 700 out my pocket or 500 out my pocket to finish the job. You see what I'm saying is, we all have a tank that God gave us. As we grow, we fulfill that capacity. This is why we don't understand. We can't really pay attention. Am I growing? Am I not growing? I don't feel as if I'm growing because we adjust to the capacity that God has enlarged in us. Out of rivers, out of my belly, rivers of living water flow out. Some of us have bigger tanks in our belly. Some of us have bigger wells in our belly. This comes with constantly discipling ourselves, spending time with God every day, and emptying our cup. Every time God pours in me, I find somebody out here to pour in them. Then I come back to Christ and say, God, what you gave me was not enough. You need to fill me and enlarge me so I could contain more of whatever you have in store for me. I know you have storehouses in heaven. You have a mansion. The Bible says a house of many mansions. You have big, big things and seated in heavenly places that I don't know, I cannot see. There's open doors, there's closed doors. There's something in the supernatural that God has in store for you, but you have to show him that you're willing to be enlarged. So when he fills you, he knows he's filling a willing vessel. He's filling a good wine bottle. He's filling somebody who's going to put it to good use, and he's going to protect it. And when we see our passion dying down, our fire dying down, sometimes it's not even about complacency. Sometimes we just get so complacent and comfortable with the little God gave us that we don't hunger for more. I'm going to give you guys something that God gave me. There, for the rest of our life, until we're in heaven, it has to be a constant hunger and thirst for righteousness. I know that if we diligently seek him, we shall find him. Those who are holy, those who are pure, we shall find them. Diligent means with great effort. But even when we find him, don't get satisfied with him. I know that seems hard to understand, but sometimes we have to say, God, I want more. Same thing with Elisha did to Elijah. I want double. I want more. God, I came last time and you filled me, but my mission is so great. I'm pouring myself out so great. I want more. I need more. Matter of fact, I just want more just because I want more. Straight up, I want more. And God is going to say, you know what? You are the one I've been looking for. You are the one I've been praying for. Because the Bible just mentioned that Jesus himself prayed. It said, the harvest is plenty. Lord of the harvest, give me laborers into my harvest, that they may work the harvest. You have to understand. Don't run out of fuel. The same way I panicked. I started to speed. I started to drive like a maniac. I had to get here to be filled. Otherwise, my engine was shut off. That's how you have to be. Say, God, I'm coming. For the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. Eager men. Violence means eager men, desperate men, obsessed men and women, hungry, thirsty. I gotta have it. That's what that means. I gotta have it. And when you give me some, God, it's never enough. I gotta have more. I know what the Bible says, Apostle Paul, you have to be content. Content means be grateful. But you can't be satisfied. God has more. Don't be like the people of Israel on the other side of the Jordan that told Moses, right, when Joshua and Caleb came back and said, that's a land of many big mighty men. You know, the Anakims and the Amorites, men of giant stature, and we were like grasshoppers in their sight. But look, I brought you fruit off the vine, and I got you pomegranates, and I got you this, and I got you that. It is a land indeed of milk and honey. You have to be like the Joshua and the Caleb that says, you know what? Look at all this. I understand you guys you have a lot of cattle and sheep and oxen, and you have children, and you want to build tents, and you want to remain here and make this a paradise while the men go fight and take the land, because you didn't have enough faith to go and take the land. That's why they died in the wilderness. That's why they died in the wilderness, and only Joshua and Caleb and the chosen few were allowed to go inherit the promised land, because they didn't deny God. They wanted more. When everybody said, let's just camp here and let's be happy here, they wanted more. So I'm gonna end the video because I'm freezing, right? I have 200-gallon tanks. I'm gonna fill up this tank. In 2 days, I gotta fill it up again. Do the math. I'm doing about 2,000 a week in fuel. Sometimes more, sometimes less. I pay this cash out my pocket. But my vessel always wants more. Always wants more. It's never satisfied. It always wants more. Yeah, I'm gonna end the video before my timer runs out. Never run out of fire. Never run out of passion. Never run out of determination. You have to have a sense of panic. When you see your tank getting empty, I gotta get more. I have to. If it's one thing I do, if it's the last thing I do, I gotta get in the presence of God and be filled. I gotta be filled. Otherwise, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make my destination. I'm not gonna finish this race. I need fuel to travel the mileage of this race called life. Y'all be blessed in Jesus' name. Share the video. I love you. Salute.